Hey there, Aquarius. It's Jen here. I'm doing your May reading. So let's talk about the moons quickly. We have on May 11th the new moon in Taurus, because we'll be in Taurus for um, a good part of May, and then we'll move into Gemini, I guess. But on May 26th we have a pink full moon lunar eclipse. It's a super moon, so it's close to the Earth, so it'll look big. In the sign of Sagittarius. So let's say that again. A pink, full, super moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Sag. You got two cards for this. So for your channeling, the first thing that came to was don't forget an important date. So I mean, it could just be Mother's Day, but it could be an anniversary, a birthday, but it could also be an appointment or something. So make sure you review your calendar. Or sometimes I realize I have things on my work calendar but not my personal calendar, or vice versa. And so I don't know. Just review your calendar or whatever. Think about it, and so you make sure you don't forget something. I see a much lighter mood. You guys had a lot of planets happening in your sign earlier this year, and I see that subsiding. And you may not realize it, but if you are feeling lighter, um, that could be part of it. There's just less. What I'm hearing is there's less going on. I see you guys doing some spring cleaning, some decluttering. Sometimes people do this because they're moving, but enjoying the simple things, purposefully simplifying, doing some planning, maybe selling stuff, on an online auction site. Yeah, I see you sitting outside relaxing, like you're on vacation. So maybe you're going on vacation or planning a vacation. It's a vibe, or maybe you're moving somewhere where people go to vacation, um, or you're thinking about that, or planning, or dreaming about that. And this is just very sort of random. I got a museum, and then I heard curated, like. So I don't know if you're curating something, what does that mean, Jen? I mean, yes, there's a curator of a museum, but when you curate something, it's very thoughtfully putting things together and thinking of the details, the historical significance, the design. I don't know, you know what I mean? What's the best way is there a story to be told? Is there a logical or making putting things together that should go together, or whatever. And so Aquarius, though, you guys are so you're so forward thinking, and you just can you just see things other people don't see. So you could have your twist that you can put on things because of that people just generally and don't tend to think about, can really catch some eyes, because it's like, oh, this is something different. This is something new. This is a new it could be you're putting a new twist on something very regular, very ordinary, that would really catch on. You could also be curating an Instagram and things like that. So maybe doing something, starting your own business. Let's see what the cards have to say. Justice, well, this could be the Strength card. So this might be the Strength card in this deck. This is I keep forgetting the name of this deck, and it's driving me crazy. It's by the same people who do the Druid craft. And I've not been able to think of it for the last 3 days I've been doing these readings. Wow, the Chariot. Yeah, definitely thinking about moving. Oh my goodness. Oh, in the world. Yep. Well, so we have 3 major arcanas already. And a victory card. Wow, the 6 of wands. No, that's the 6 of shields. Okay, so 6 of pentacles. The 6 of pentacles, there's something about if you have a need, it's like you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back type thing. I feel like there's some sort of deal going on, or a win-win situation. Or if you've helped someone in the past, they're helping you now, and vice versa. There's a supportive energy. Things feel balanced, and I mean the balance, if that's the justice card, but if that's the strength card, it's doing something where you felt a little bit vulnerable or felt a little risky, and I don't mean risk like um you know putting yourself at risk, riding a motorcycle really really fast with no helmet or whatever, something like that isn't just downright isn't intelligent. This is, I like this person and I'm really afraid to make a fool out of myself, but I'm going to ask them out, or I'm going to tell them, because if I don't, who knows? It might not work out. Um, but at least it's getting your mindset. At least I've asked, and like feeling proud about it instead of feeling embarrassed or ashamed and feeling like you have to hide and I'm never doing that again. Being okay with, yeah, sometimes you have to put yourself out there. Sometimes you have to try some new things. If you're thinking about moving, you're not going to know how it's going to go. Yeah, you can go visit and you think how it's going to go, but it is just geography. Um, so if you're fundamentally, pretty feeling pretty good about things, then unless there's some crazy situational thing, like you don't realize that there's a train where you bought your new place and it wakes you up all night. Um, and if you're sort of fundamentally unhappy, realizing that moving isn't going to necessarily change those fundamental things. But if if you've always wanted to live in California or near the beach or in the mountains, or giving that a try, that could seem risky to some people, but it's like, if I don't do this, I will regret it. So it's doing something that, it's a change. It's not even, you know what I mean? And it, any sort of bigger changes like that, it does feel vulnerable, because is it going to work out? Am I going to be happy there? I had a friend who moved to Memphis, didn't know a soul there. Um, and she was, talking to me about it. And I was like, well, you don't know. If you don't like it, just move back. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a failure. It's not, you gave it a try, and it will work out or it won't. And you won't know until you actually do it. And just having that mindset, the chariot movement, travel. But the chariot, and it's Cancer. I do not understand. I guess because Cancer is a cardinal sign, I do not understand why the chariot. Oh, maybe Cancer's this. No, it's not the 7th house. I don't know why the chariot card goes with Cancer. It doesn't make it sense to me. Um, but it could be. The chariot. So the chariot, and this does go. The chariot to me is, where do you want to, what are your dreams? What are your aspirations? What are your goals? And what are you doing to get there? And lots of times we find ourselves reacting to things. I see this a lot. Someone graduates from college and they've been working at a local restaurant during college for money. And they graduate from college and I'm like, well, I'm just going to start working here full time because I actually make pretty decent money. And just while you're trying to figure things out. Well, then a year or two goes by, and maybe you're a manager or a something or you have all the good shifts now, and you're bringing in bank, and then you meet someone, and then you end up. It's just like, wait a minute. After college, I was going to move, or I was going to go do this, or this was my career. And sometimes we just allow life to sort of guide us. This would be a point in time where you're like, wait a minute, let's time out. What let's recalibrate here. Let's figure out. I want to take action to make things happen and not just kind of be pushed this way and that way and react to things. This can happen. You find yourself in a bad job situation and you're just like, I need to get out of this fucking job. And you take the first thing available. Whereas you're still, the career you really want isn't this job, but it was a means to an end in the moment, a reaction to getting out of that toxic work environment. So thinking about things like that and making a plan to actually move forward instead of in an active way. Where did I put my? I don't know. I had an incense stick I was using to point, but I'll just use my pencil. The World card. So the World card's a very positive card. It's the culmination of something. You can think of these as being milestones in life. So it's positive, but it's kind of neutral too, in the sense that you go to college, you graduate, it's over, and there's a new phase in life, right? It just is. It's a good thing, but it just kind of is. And I was just gonna say something else. Crap. And also the type of culmination that this is. When you look back, you'll think of it. You'll have categorized parts of your life around this situation. For example, when I was in high school, when I was in college, when I worked at this place, when I worked with this person, when I hung out with this group of people, when I used to go here, when I lived in this place. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you look back on your life, you'll think of that, whatever is culminating, as a point in time, as a phase of your life. Yeah, so I definitely see some of you moving on. There's nothing but positive things here, and I that's what I do. I see you feeling lighter and brighter, and some part of your life, kind of like you're taking control and making a plan. So if you're unhappy, I'm unhappy with my job. Okay, well, what job do you want? And let's start taking the steps to get there. And maybe you would have to take a pay cut because you need to start a little bit lower and figuring out, well, maybe I need to downside. Like, these are the types of things you might be doing in order to have that lifestyle instead of working, living to work, working to live. Is that the right way? Beautiful reading, Aquarius. Things coming more into balance, work-life balance. Enjoying the simple things. Take care. Bye.